we've learned anything in the past 2 years, it's how critically important a teacher is in a child's life.
It really is an important skill that we are giving our students through good and effective teaching.
Good evening and welcome to our Golden Apple Awards special presentation. I'm Lou Baxter and I'm here in the library of Grandview Elementary School in the Mill Creek Township School District. Over the past school year, I've had the opportunity to walk into 30 different classrooms all over northwestern Pennsylvania and honor school teachers with the Golden Apple Award. As a matter of fact, this is the 31st year that Wjet 24 and Edinboro University have partnered to honor school teachers. Tonight, along with our partners at Edinboro University, we'll take a look back at the 30 teachers who were nominated and presented the Golden Apple Award. We'll revisit their stories, and at the end of our half hour together, we'll announce the Teacher of the Year. Our first stop was Corey Middle School, where we presented the first Golden Apple of the school year. We surprised fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Melissa Higley.
I'm pregnant, so I'm hormonal, and I kind of want to cry because I'm so happy.
Mrs. Higley's been teaching 7 years here. She went to the school as a child where the seeds of being a teacher were planted.
I think I've just always had really good relationships with all my teachers. There was one particular one in high school that I really connected well with, and she just made teaching so much fun that I wanted to do it myself.
Mrs. Maria Ehrman teaches 8th grade at OLP. She's always wanted to be a school teacher.
When I was a little girl, I used to put my poor neighbors through teaching them. We used to do math, and we used to have a little chalkboard that we used to use. So,
Mrs. Ehrman's been teaching 25 years. Her parents were both teachers. Teaching in a pandemic, though, has had its challenges.
She was very helpful, and she understood if work wasn't done, and she would always give you an extra day, and she was just always nice and understanding.
Mrs. Lauren Kelly teaches 3 different levels of geometry at Harbor Creek High School. A 13-year veteran of the classroom, Mrs. Kelly admits math wasn't always her best subject.
I wasn't always the strongest math student in school, but then when I went to high school, one of my high school math teachers really inspired me. She showed me that it's okay to struggle and that if you have a good math teacher, they can make a difference. So I wanted to be that person for my students.
Miss Leslie Durante teaches 5th grade math and science at Iroquois Elementary School. The one-time engineering major at Penn State Barron had a change of heart.
I asked myself 3 things. I was like, well, who are my role models? What do I like doing and what setting do I want to be in? My role models were my math teachers. I really enjoyed math and I wanted to kind of work in a school, so I kind of fell flat on my face sophomore year into teaching math.
I didn't really like science and math because I always struggled. When I had her, she made me have more fun and realize I'm really good at it.
This week's Golden Apple Award goes to Mariah Lindenberger of Erie High School. The veteran of 5 years in the classroom comes by her profession naturally.
My mom is, she was a teacher and then she was the principal at my high school. So, I guess it's in my DNA. I love the kids. It's a lot of fun. I learn a lot from them, and hopefully they learn something from me.
And they do, like student nominator Caitlin Freeman, who wrote, "She's the only teacher I know who gets that we're kids and can have bad days. I love all my teachers, but Mrs. L really stands out." Mrs. Jennifer Porsche has been teaching for 20 years, the last 16, 1st grade. Mrs. Porsche has great success in the classroom because she has promised these children and their parents that she'll take care of their heart and mind.
I make them feel comfortable. This is a safe place, and I want them to be able to have trust and feel comfortable here. And I want the parents to feel the same way, because as a teacher mom, there's nothing more nerve-wracking than not being with your children during the day and letting somebody else be taking care of them. So I treat these kids like they're my own.
From Ohio to Edinboro University to a 7th grade math class at Wattsburg Middle School, teacher Brandon Williams makes sure students know his class is for more than just learning math.
Day one, I let them know that I'm here for a lot more than just math, whether it's socially, family issues, relationship issues with friends.
Mr. Williams meant so much to student Angel Troutman, she nominated him for the Golden Apple Award.
I know that he helped me during many times, whether it be with math or social problems.
This kitchen is where Chef Jessica Warren does most of her teaching at the Erie County Technical School. It's been her professional home the last 4 years after years of cooking in kitchens all over the country.
I was in Florida and Alaska and Georgia and California and random other places. I lived in Savannah for a little bit, so I worked in a lot of hotels and the hospitality industry.
This week's student nominator praises Chef Warren for encouraging her love of cooking and always being available.
We're here to help you because we went through it and we understand, and sometimes people just don't have that.
Katrina Renner teaches 6th grade social studies at J.S. Wilson. She's been teaching 10 years, but being naturally shy, she spent 10 years earlier in another career before she headed to the front of the class.
I went back to school in my 30s to become a teacher once I had so much fun teaching my daughter as a young child, and I realized that I wanted to teach other people as a career.
Mrs. Renner says she loves seeing what students learn day to day, but
my greatest joy is when I have students come back and visit me. It just brings me such joy that they actually remember what they learned way back in 6th grade.
Kelsey Musich has been a teacher for 4 years, and now she's getting a surprise from Mom and one of her students.
I am here to present you with the Wjet TV Edinburgh University Golden Apple Award. Because of RJ? Yep.
Ms. Musich is a product of the Fairview School District who always wanted to work with kids.
I originally wanted to be a physical therapist, and then things changed. I started out as an early childhood and things dramatically changed. That wasn't working for me. And so then I went to secondary and I absolutely love it.
What is it about doing this that you enjoy?
All of them.
Mrs. Amy Mumma is an 11th grade math teacher at Union City High School, a veteran of 16 years in the classroom. Even though her parents were both teachers, math wasn't always her best subject.
I went to high school and I really struggled in math, to be honest. It was not my best subject. I spent countless hours at the dinner table kind of crying and getting really frustrated. And I realized then that I was like, no student should have to struggle as much as I did. Getting students to learn something that they thought they couldn't learn anymore, I love that.
Chad Tashira has been teaching at Erie's Collegiate Academy 4 years. He came to the profession a little later in life after a detour.
Well, initially I wanted to be a professor, and then I had a child my senior year of college, and that changed my plans. Then I had to join the workforce and provide for a child.
After working as a supervisor for a freight company, Mr. T eventually went back to school and fulfilled his dream to work with young people.
I think anybody that you meet can be a mentor, whether they're younger or older. Everybody has different experiences, and everybody should try to, mentor one another to create better people overall.
Mrs. Andrea Myers teaches 7th grade reading at Iroquois Junior Senior High School. This veteran of the classroom didn't decide until she was 21 to be a teacher, but nearly 2 decades later, she still finds daily joy watching her students grow.
Just watching them becoming academically successful, and then watching the smiles on their face saying, Mrs. Myers, look what I did.
She's helpful to children. I just love reading because of her.
And you were nominated.
Svetlana Dedic came to Erie as a 7-year-old refugee from war-torn Azerbaijan. As a result of what she saw in her country, she grew up thinking she should be a lawyer someday.
I did that for a while and worked in the legal field, and that was wonderful as well. But this is my calling. So this is what I knew I wanted to do. I wanted to make a difference. It's still young and impressionable. And in the beginning, I think, is when I wanted to be the person that made the difference. So.
Miss Lauren Stonis teaches 5th grade at Parker Middle School. 9 years in the classroom, and she loves every day.
When I can make a difference in a kid's life and, change their outlook on what they do and how smart they can be and how much they have to offer, it means the world to me.
Miss Stonis means the world to Cooper Haywood. He's in 8th grade now, but visits her often and insists this teacher changed his life.
I liked her attitude. It was very positive towards the students. Her lessons were fun and entertaining, and she had a way of connecting with the students.
Stephanie Vieira teaches 6th grade and understands the influence a teacher can have. It was her 6th grade teacher that inspired her career decision.
I try to get to know them. I try to treat them as people, and I say all the time, we're humans, we have to be respectful with each other. And what do I say when we're walking out the door every day? be kind to each other.
Jasmine McGurl says Mrs. Vieira is a kind-hearted, caring role model. She helps students with schoolwork and personal stuff. This week we're at Villa Maria Academy and we're here to honor a teacher who's at the end of a 34-year teaching career. Lance Strasser teaches Latin and world history. Early in life, he always thought he'd be an explorer of some sort. Never thought about teaching.
It was an accident. I'll be honest with you. No, I got a call from prep back in 1981, I think it was, 1982. I came in the middle of the year and stayed on, and it was wonderful. I can't ask to have found a better career.
A trio of student nominators feel fortunate to have Mr. Strasser. Shannon Callahan received her second Golden Apple in her 13-year teaching career. Thinking she wanted to be a veterinarian, she ended up following the advice of her college English teacher.
Kind of banded together and told me, like, this is what you need to do, and you need to do something that you love and that you're great at. And I ended up doing something that I love every single day. I love my students, and I feel like I can make a difference.
Amy Berger teaches at Edinburgh Elementary School. Her mom was a longtime teacher here. 24 years ago, Amy began a classroom journey following in her footsteps. But one thing her mother never had to do was teach online during a pandemic.
It was a challenge, and when we're in this environment, it's very easy to nurture, but doing that through a computer screen is very difficult, and I find that that's the biggest joy to teaching is the nurturing that's involved with it, not just the curriculum.
Mrs. Berger's ability to connect with kindergarten students like Mason Decker made the adults in his life feel Mrs. Berger was special and deserved to be recognized.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Justin Hayes wears many hats at Sagertown Junior-Senior High School. He teaches government, psychology, and coordinates English as a second language classes. In all that he does, he connects with students in fun, exciting ways that engages them, especially when sharing personal stories.
Connecting real life stories to them and relating it to, family dynamics that they might experience, I think is a great way to make connections to the students.
And those successful connections don't really have much to do with the lesson of the day.
They don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Congratulations! Lisa Osterling has been teaching in the Fort LaBeouf School District 24 years, the last 8 here at Robinson Elementary. Her father was a teacher, and she's always loved working with children and helping people, especially 4th graders.
I love their sense of humor. I love reading to them and introducing them to new books and trying to spark reading interest in them.
This veteran teacher has found what it takes to be a success in the classroom.
Making connections with them and then presenting the material in a way that they're engaged and engaged with me so that I can help them the best way possible.
Ryan Cassidy took the long way to this 8th grade classroom in Northeast. He taught for 14 years in the Erie School District, and before that, this history teacher was a social worker for 5 years. But he decided to give that up to go back to school to be a teacher.
It was a different perspective, actually, for me. I don't know if I would have enjoyed teaching fresh out of high school at 20. I needed the perspective for me, so it was the greatest thing I ever did.
Because students lead complex lives, his social work experience has been valuable, helping young people with life in and out of school. Mrs. Megan Forty teaches 3rd grade at Springfield Elementary School. Teaching is all she's ever wanted to do. After 13 years in the classroom, she believes teaching kids this age is the best job ever. As her predecessor once told her, 3rd grade is the center of the universe.
They are just the perfect age to still love school and still love their teachers, but they can do so much by themselves. It's the perfect grade.
Ryan Maloney has been teaching 8 years, the last 5 at Mercyhurst Prep. His career decision was influenced by some great teachers at Harbor Creek High School and his love for history.
I had some good teachers in high school, some that really inspired me, and I love the content, so I'm a history guy. So for me, it just made sense to do something where I get to share that with other people all day long. It's so I get paid to kind of do what I like to do.
Mr. Maloney allows us to learn history in a fun way that normally we wouldn't get from taking notes or a test over and over again.
Congratulations, Mr. Bona. You are this week's.
Never before has there been such enthusiastic cheering at a Golden Apple Award presentation. Students demonstrating their appreciation of Mr. David Bona, a history and social studies teacher at Corey Middle School. Mr. Bona said he appreciates seeing the growth in middle school students.
They start off as young kids that are just kind of trying to find their way, and by the time they leave
they have a path, so it's a rewarding career.
Jessica Wall has only been teaching a half a school year at the Charter School for Excellence Skills Center, and already she's earned the Golden Apple Award.
It is amazing. It is the best feeling I have ever had. I'm very surprised, but I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for everyone in here, and I'm thankful for my students and for my school.
Her success comes from her positive attitude in the classroom.
I want to be that positive influence on all of my students.
Mrs. Lee Fry has been teaching 11 years. A Venango County native, she found her passion for teaching halfway through college and found her career home in a middle school classroom.
I think I was meant to be a middle school teacher because middle schoolers are unique, we'll go with that. And I think that it takes a pretty patient personality, but I really enjoy teaching middle school, and it's what I was meant to do.
Katie Thompson's been teaching over 10 years in the General McLean School District. Being recognized with the Golden Apple Award proved to be an overwhelmingly joyful experience for Mrs. Thompson. You see, the Edinboro University graduate's dream of being a teacher grew from her positive experience with an art teacher.
When I was in elementary school, my art teacher just gave me a place where I felt like I belonged. I try to do that for my kids, so.
But what Mrs. Thompson provides these young people is more than lessons in drawing, painting, and pottery. It's the art of respect and compassion. Tracy Kuhn is a first grade teacher at Grandview Elementary School in the Mill Creek School District. For 31 years, she's been educating her audience of little people.
Every day they want to come to school, and I try to make it fun because that's what I wanted school to be like when I was a kid. Lots of fun and learning different crazy things every day so that they want to learn and read about great things, and it seems to be working. People who need people are the luckiest people. Where? In the world.
Mrs. Renee Kovacs is a standout second grade teacher at Waterford Elementary School. She was inspired by a teacher to be a teacher.
I had a very special teacher in third grade who I bonded with, and I had the love of learning then, and I knew from that moment on I didn't want to be anything else but a teacher, and an elementary teacher.
That dream became a reality 31 years ago. What is it she brings to the classroom from her third grade mentor?
She had such a love of learning, and she made learning fun.
I offer hearty congratulations to all the Golden Apple winners. It's an amazing accomplishment, and we are so proud at Edinboro to be partnering for more than 30 years with Wjet 24. The Golden Apple Award truly shows the recognition for the hard work, the efforts that teachers make in our K-12 environment and beyond. You are my personal heroes, so teachers, we applaud you. We are so proud that we have a 167-plus year history at Edinboro of making wonderful teachers and preparing you for a great profession, which really touches eternity.
Congratulations to all of the Golden Apple winners from the past school year. We know it's been a challenging year once again, and yet you've been able to make a difference in the lives of young people. Now, when we come back, we'll talk to Edinboro University School of Education about the importance of recognizing success in the classroom.
You're watching the Golden Apple Awards, celebrating excellence in education.
Being part of the Wjet team and being part of the #1 newscast is such an honor to me, and I can see why they've achieved that and why they've held on to that for so long.
We really consider ourselves very, very lucky to be able to be in a town that we love with our families around us. It's just a really, really good situation.
Watch Sean Lafferty and Jill McCormick on Wjet 24 at 5.
For 160 years, Edinboro has seen the world change in never-ending ways. For better, for worse, forever. But one thing remains constant. Edinboro. From our start as a training school for teachers to a place that's designing new worlds and creating new tomorrows. We're not the place for students who think about changing the world. We're the place for the ones who actually do it. Edinboro University, for those who strive.
Welcome back. Edinboro University's partnership with Wjet 24 on the Golden Apple program is invaluable. The School of Education prepares teachers for the classroom, and they take great pride in the fact that many of our Golden Apple Award winners are Edinboro graduates.
On behalf of the School of Education, we get so excited when we go into a local school and recognize a teacher. There's nothing more rewarding to see an Edinboro alum receive the Golden Apple Award and to see the difference they're making in a child's life and in their community.
It's good for our faculty to see that they are making a difference. It's not only, I think, a wonderful program that recognizes teachers in the field, but it also recognizes those universities, those people who are preparing those teachers.
Serving as a president of a university that has teaching at its core is very important to me. We are a hands-on university, and we provide the best education to our students, who then go out and work with students in the K-12 environment. They go out proud and prepared. They work very hard, and that's part of the Edinboro tradition, and I'm very proud to be part of that.
With us every week in the classroom representing Edinboro University is the chairperson of the Early Childhood Education Department, Dr. Mary Jo Melvin. She's recognized by many Golden Apple winners who are Edinboro alum. They acknowledge the role she's played in preparing them for the classroom. Now, one of the hardest things we do every year is selecting the top 5 teachers of the year and, of course, the teacher of the year. Dr. Melvin explains the process.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Mary Jo Melvin, and as with each year, I am proud to be part of what I believe to be one of Edinboro University's proudest moments, the hosting of the Wjet 24 Edinboro University Golden Apple event. As an educator and as a member of the School of Education, we welcome the opportunity to recognize our teachers who exemplify what it means to be that teacher who makes a difference. I have been asked to share with you the process for the selection of the Teacher of the Year. The selection process begins with the formation of a committee. This year's committee consists of Dr. Andrew Pushchak, Middle Secondary Educational Leadership, Dr. Karen Tyler, Graduate Reading, Dr. Michelle Kimmy, Early Childhood, Dr. Christina Bodemer, Associate Dean for the School of Education, and Dr. Kristen Weber, Early Childhood and Reading. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them all for agreeing to serve as committee members for this very, very important selection process. Once the committee is formed, each committee member is given 4 tasks. 1, read all nomination letters submitted by students. 2, review the video clips of the classroom presentations. 3, read the responses provided by each classroom teacher to the 2 questions they were given after they received their award. And finally, rank their top 5 choices. And that brings us to this evening, a night to celebrate all of you, those educators who have been identified by some of the toughest critics, your students. I applaud all of you for being change agents in so many ways. Thank you for giving our students the most precious and powerful gift of all, a belief in themselves. Congratulations on your recognition of being a 2021-2022 Golden Apple teacher.
Thanks, MJ. It's time now to take a look at our top 5 finalists for the 21-22 school year.
Hi, I'm Jay Pushkar, Sports Director here at Wjet 24, and I'd like to congratulate Lauren Kelly, finalist for the Teacher of the Year Award for the Golden Apple, as she was nominated by Reagan Rand.
Hi, I'm Jill McCormick. Congratulations to our next top 5 nominee, Katie Thompson, a 10th grade teacher at General McLean High School. She was nominated by Haley Connor. Congratulations.
I'm Jen Mobilia. Congratulations to Amy Berger for being nominated a top 5 finalist. Amy was nominated by Mason Decker.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Tom Atkins, the son of 2 teachers and a teacher myself. I'd like to congratulate Tracy Kuhn of Grandview Elementary as a top 5 finalist. Tracy was nominated by Finley Hopkins.
Hi, I'm Sean Lafferty. It is my privilege and my pleasure to announce Amy Mumaw from Union City High School as one of tonight's top 5 finalists for Golden Apple Teacher of the Year, nominated by Jordan Miller. Congratulations, Amy.
Congratulations to the top 5 finalists, and thank you so much for what you do to make school such a success every year, especially during trying times. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the Teacher of the Year.
You're watching the Golden Apple Awards, celebrating excellence in education.
For 160 years, Edinburgh has seen the world change in never-ending ways. For better, for worse, forever. But one thing remains constant: Edinburgh. From our start as a training school for teachers to a place that's designing new worlds and creating new tomorrows, we're not the place for students who think about changing the world. We're the place for the ones who actually do it. Edinburgh University, for those who strive.
Daily news, breaking news, and severe weather alerts from Jet 24 straight to your inbox. Sign up for our newsletter on yourerie.com. Hover over Contact Us. Click on Newsletter Sign Up. Type in your email address. It's just that easy.
It's been a great school year, and we want to thank all 30 of the Golden Apple Award-winning teachers this year for everything you do, both in and out of the classroom. It's time now, though, to introduce to you the Jet 24 Edinburgh University Teacher of the Year.
This week's Golden Apple Award-winning teacher is being honored for the great job she has done teaching through a 2-year pandemic.
Yeah, especially when forced to teach online. Lou Baxter tells us more tonight.
Congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
You're this week's winner of the Jet 24 Edinburgh University Golden Apple Award.
Amy Berger teaches at Edinburgh Elementary School. Her mom was a longtime teacher here. 24 years ago, Amy began a classroom journey following in her footsteps. But one thing her mother never had to do was teach online during a pandemic.
It was a challenge. And when we're in this environment, it's very easy to nurture, but doing that through a computer screen is very difficult, and I find that that's the biggest joy to teaching is the nurturing that's involved with it, not just the curriculum.
Mrs. Berger's ability to connect with kindergarten students like Mason Decker made the adults in his life feel Mrs. Berger was special and deserved to be recognized.
She was engaging, she made it fun for the children to learn from home, and it was a struggle to try to keep them on task and focused, so it was amazing how well she was able to do that.
Everybody is somebody's baby, so you love them up. You might not be a parent yet, but everybody is somebody's baby, so that's how you treat them.
Congratulations to our Teacher of the Year, Amy Berger. What a school year it's been. A special thank you to everybody that makes the Golden Apple Award program possible every year. First and foremost is our photographer and producer, Kent Urbanski, our account executive, Mary Timoshenko, and Golden Apple coordinator, Brett Balicki. If you have a special teacher you'd like to honor with a Golden Apple Award, just go to the Golden Apple page at yourerie.com. I'm Lou Baxter at Grandview Elementary School. Thanks so much for watching tonight, and we'll see you next school year.